I like the way you walk, I like the way you talk. Let me hold your hand, try to understand. I want a girl like you, tell my troubles too. Don't you be afraid, you heard what I say. Let the four winds blow, let them blow, let them blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. Let the four winds blow, let them blow, let them blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. Let the Four Winds Blow by Fats Domino and Dave Bartholomew. And I'm going to teach you how to play this song on the baritone ukulele in the original key of the Fats Domino recording, which is the key of B flat. So there's going to be a bit of bar chord practice here, but it's only got 3 chords. It's a very simple chord pattern that goes round and round and round. The hard thing about this one is the right hand rhythm and keeping that groove going. Well, I've moved over here so we can put the chord pattern up on the screen there. It's very simple. There is an intro, and I'll show you the intro in a moment. But the main part of this song that goes round and round and round on the original recording is in the key of B flat. Doesn't actually start on the chord of B flat. It starts on the chord of E flat. So the 3 chords you're going to need are E flat, B flat, and then an F7. Now there are different ways of playing all these chords. I'm going to show you an F7 that you might not be familiar with, but it lets us keep our hand in the same position on the fingerboard, which means we don't have to worry about jumping up and down and potentially going to the wrong fret. So let's have a look at those chords. The E flat, if you imagine playing a C chord down here, 2, open, 1, 3. And you don't even need that 3 on the top string. You could just go 2, open, 1, open. But what we're going to do is play it without using our first finger. So our first finger can bar. And we put our bar across the 3rd fret. And then we make what looks like a C chord with the remaining fingers. Now, I said you don't need that little finger down, which will now be on the 6th fret. But if you do put it down, it's in the right place then for the next chord. So if you can get that shape, let me give you a little close-up, like that, barring the 3rd, these two making what looks like a 2-finger C shape, and this one here on the 6th fret on the E string. That's our E flat. Now, if I take off my middle 2 fingers, I'm now left with a bar on the 3rd and that little finger again on the 6th fret. That's the B flat. That's the home chord of the key we're going to be playing in, the key of B flat. So we've got E flat, take the middle 2 fingers off, B flat. Then we go to this F7. Now, you might know an F7 as a 1st fret bar, and then your 2nd finger on the G string at the 2nd fret. 1, 2, 1, 1. And that's fine, and you can play that one if you want, but you'll have to keep sliding your hand up and down. Try this one. Put your index finger back on that 3rd fret bar, although we're going to lose the bar in a minute, but keep it there for reference. And imagine you're playing a D7, this one down here, open 2, 1, 2, but don't play it with that finger. Imagine you've got an elastoplast on that one, you cut your finger, you can't use that finger, so you use your 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers to play it like this, and this one's spare. And then you slide it up and you put your bar down. So now I'm barring, I'm playing what looks like a D7, barred at the 3rd fret, that's an F7. However, notice that even though I'm barring all the strings, I've got 3 of the strings held down with these fingers. So if I wanted to, I could actually lift up my bar and just keep contact with the low D string with the tip of my finger. Might give you a little break if your hand gets tired from barring the chords all the way through. It's up to you. You can leave the bar down or just the fingertip at that point. That means everything is happening at the 3rd fret. We don't have to move our left hand. Let's just go through those chords with a simple rhythm, and it's 2 bars of E flat, 2 bars of B flat, 2 bars of F7, and then 2 bars of B flat. It keeps returning to B flat. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat, and another bar of E flat. B flat, just take off the middle 2 fingers. the F7, that's going to be a tricky change, and then back to that barred B flat. Let's go round again. Put the middle two fingers down, E flat. Take them off, B flat. Make that one that kind of looks like a D7. That's your F7. And back to your B flat. That's the whole song. Okay, there was an intro, and the intro is just that B flat, because I said this song is in the key of B flat. So even though when we start singing, the first thing we start singing on, like the way you walk, the first bar of our little pattern going round there is an E flat, we really want to hear the chord of the key we're in. So for the intro, we've got this. So I'm just going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. That's our intro. And then all I have to do is when I start singing, put those two middle fingers down and I can start. So let me go through it singing it, but with a simple rhythm, just so we can get the idea of how it goes. The beauty of this is the verses, I like the way you walk and I want a girl like you, are exactly the same as the chorus, let the four winds blow, and then we do the chorus twice. And then the whole song repeats. You just do this whole thing again. So our intro is like this. Here we go. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. Let me hold your hand. Try to understand. And again, I want a girl like you to tell my troubles to. Don't you be afraid. You heard what I say. Let the four winds blow. Let 'em blow, let 'em blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. And repeat that chorus. Let the four winds blow. Let 'em blow, let 'em blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. That's your whole song. You just loop round that over and over again. Maybe have some instrumental breaks, soloists and things like that. Now the real thing about this song is getting the rhythm right. So I'm going to assume now that you've got the hang of those chords and you know the order they come in. Okay, you can download a sheet to go with this, but it's one of those songs where so few chords, nice repeating pattern that goes round and round and round. If you need anything, then maybe the words, just as a reminder as to which is which. But even the words aren't too complicated. If you can get as much of this into your memory as possible, then it's much, much easier to do the next bit, because you're not trying to read and figure out what the next chord is and do this rhythm. You really kind of have to have the singing and the chords already pretty solid. Now I'm going to put some tablature on the screen now at the bottom. And this is the rhythm that we're going to be playing. Now, don't get too hung up on counting with tablature. Once you get the feel of this, lose the tablature. It's something that you have to internalize. And what I'm showing in the tablature is a general idea of the rhythm. You'll find that you might add or miss out other little grace notes, little quiet strums in there, and that's fine. Even on the Fats Domino recording, if you listen to the guitar part, which is really what we're trying to emulate here, it's not exactly the same all the way through, but the feel is the same. It doesn't change the way the song feels to us, he just varies it slightly. I'm going to mute the strings now and just play with a percussive sound so that you can hear the rhythm, and I'll count it out really slowly. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Even slower. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now there's a few things that you've got to be able to do before this will work. The first thing is this. I want you to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It must be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up for the next bit to work. If you're doing this, the next bit will be really, really difficult. So just get used to going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All of the times when I'm saying a number, I'm playing a downstroke. And every time I say and, I'm playing an upstroke. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's what your hand is going to keep doing all the time. Then all we need to do is only hit the chords when we want to hear them. But we're not waiting and hitting and waiting and hitting. We're keeping this movement going. So I'll do it again, but I'll just try and hit. We're going to hit in the first bar on beat 2 and the and after beat 3, which means in the first bar, the first strum we hear is going to be a downstroke. The next strum we hear is going to be an upstroke. Let's just do the first bar rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going nothing on 1, but I'm still strumming down, even though I missed the strings. 1, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The second bar does hit on beat 1. It goes 1, 2, and, then nothing on the 3, and then 4. 1, 2, and miss 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 4. Don't assume you're going to get this straight away. It's a tricky thing to do, even without the singing and the chord changes. So pause the video, practice it, wind it back a little bit, have another listen. Here we go. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now I'll stop counting and just listen to the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice how my hand never stops doing that. That's the rhythm part. Okay, let's see if we can put that together with the chords. Bear in mind that when I'm singing the song, I'm not just making these chords happen and nothing else. My hand is swinging, and sometimes I might catch the strings when there's not something written down there. And if that happens, don't worry about it. I'm doing it, sometimes I'm doing it by accident, sometimes I'm doing it deliberately just to give a little bit more bounce to the rhythm, but it will be quiet. The important chords, the important accents in the rhythm are the chords we have written down there. Now, with the chords, that rhythm is a 2-bar rhythm, and every chord lasts for 2 bars. So when you've played that rhythm, you're going to change chord, and that will always happen. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Okay, I'm starting to add the odd little bit here and there. Then we need to up the speed a little bit, and actually once you've got the hang of this, a little bit faster is easier because you can't think about counting. It just has to happen. I like the way you walk, I like the way you talk. Let me hold your hand, try to understand. I want a girl like you to tell my troubles to. Don't be afraid, you heard what I say. Let the 4 winds blow, let them blow, let them blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. Let the 4 winds blow, let them blow, let them blow. From the east to the west, I love you the best. Have fun with it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.